Our goal is to bring awareness of the various ministries in Marion County, as well as cover faith-based topics that shape our lives, our values, and most of all, our relationship with God and one another. Please pick up a copy distributed quarterly throughout Ocala, Dunellen, and Bellevue, and be sure to visit our website, ocalachristianadvocate.com.
All right, 24 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. If you are a science fiction fan, then you're probably one of those people who comes on the air every now and then and says to us, science fiction predicted that first. Science fiction predicted the cell phone first, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? Well, I seem to remember science fiction giving us a world where diseases were something that nobody even had heard of. One day that'll happen, but it doesn't happen overnight. We've been working as a community, as a society, as a civilization for a long time. Cancer being one of the biggies, of course. Dr. Nancy Davidson is on the phone. She's the president of the American Association for Cancer Research and the director of the University of Pittsburgh Cancer Institute. And there was a progress report that was published. We're going to learn about the 6th annual American Association for Cancer Research progress report. I hope I said that right. Good morning, Dr. Davidson.
Good morning, Larry.
Where are you?
I'm in Pittsburgh.
In Pittsburgh, okay.
Talking with you.
Okay.
Yeah, talking with you in Florida.
So before you say anything about cancer, have you ridden in one of the Uber without the drivers? Have you done this?
Not yet, but I've been watching them go around town. They look very safe to me, and I can't wait to try it out.
So there's the
future. You say, science fiction.
There's the
science fiction is becoming reality.
Yeah. So one of these days, oh my gosh, one of these days, cancer will be gone, and we'll have no steering wheels. Right?
And life will be great.
So what is the status on the research report? What does it tell us?
I think the research report gives us some good news. It says that cancer mortality is dropping by 1.5% per year for the last decade. So we're making slow but steady progress. It says, that in 1971, there were 3 million cancer survivors in the United States, and now there are over 15 million.
Wow.
So that speaks to a lot of success in how we've been able to diagnose and treat cancer.
Are most of the successes because of surgery or because of chemo or something else? What is there a way to gauge what's the most successful procedure?
I think that there are a lot of reasons for the success. One of them was early detection.
Oh, okay.
Things like mammography, like CAT scan for lung cancer detection. Another thing is prevention, less smoking. Tobacco is the single most important cause of cancer in this country, multiple kinds of cancers. And you're right, we have major improvements in the way we do surgery, in the way we do radiation therapy, in the way that we give drug therapies like chemotherapy, and in the introduction of some new therapies, things called immunotherapies. So a lot of things that have come about because of medical research that are now translating into improvements in people's lives.
Do progress reports like this one help a researcher decide where to go next in the research? I don't know if I'm asking it in an awkward way, but I guess what I'm trying to ask is, does the report itself change the way research is done?
I think it helps to change the way research is done in a lot of ways. First of all, you're right, it points out to researchers where the critical areas of unmet needs are. The second is, I hope it points out to funding agencies, how much we've accomplished with the research dollars that have been invested, but how much is left to do. And I also hope it points out to people like your listeners where we have made progress and where there are opportunities for improvement.
Well, you talk about checkpoint inhibitors. What is that?
Yeah, so, one of the most exciting things right now in cancer therapy and research is our emerging ability to understand what goes wrong with the immune system, that it allows a cancer to happen within a person. And then if we understand what goes wrong, then we can try to think about how to reverse this. So there are these new agents called checkpoint inhibitors, which are antibodies that can be administered and can help to kind of juice up the immune system within a patient who has cancer, in the hopes that their own immune system will now be able to attack that cancer. These inhibitors have come on into practice over the last couple of years because of biomedical research, and they're showing activity across a lot of different kinds of cancers, which is very exciting for us.
Are you in the? I mean, you're right there. You're seeing it on a daily basis. So, were you surprised at all by the report?
I don't think there were any big surprises for me in the report. I think that we do this every year, and every year we want to see more impressive results. Perhaps the biggest surprise for me was we went back and we looked at what the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, had been able to approve for new agents over this last year as a sign of progress. And, in just 1 year, the FDA was able to approve 18 new medical products for use in oncology, for use in cancer.
Really?
18. That is a lot of progress.
And is that what you call the National Cancer Moonshot Initiative?
No, the Moonshot Initiative actually came about because Vice President Biden was charged by President Obama earlier this year with putting together this Moonshot Initiative. So he's been bringing together all agencies of the federal government, but also a lot of people outside, people like scientists with whom I work every day, to really focus on what we as a country can do to do 10 years of progress against cancer in only 5. So he wants things that are ready right now to help us to accelerate progress. And so this Moonshot Initiative has now identified 10 initiatives that could be undertaken if Congress provides the appropriate money, where we would be able to have that immediate impact.
Do we as a nation work in cooperation with other nations that are also making progress in solving the cancer riddle?
Absolutely. You point out that cancer is a global problem. Pretty soon it's going to really be the top killer for people around the world. In fact, if you talk to Vice President Biden, which I've done, he points out that when he goes around the world to talk with international leaders, lots of times the first thing they ask him about is what he's doing with the cancer moonshot. So this is something that everybody is keenly aware of and concerned about.
Yeah, it was a powerful moment when he made that statement. I think everybody was applauding that one because we know what it means. And the moonshot is a great analogy, I guess, and it's a great thing to call it because we witnessed, well, if you're old enough, we witnessed going to the moon because it was declared we're going to. We're going to, and therefore we got it done. So we're going to defeat cancer, therefore we will. It's kind of one of those weird things that once we set our mind to something, we can do it.
Yeah, I also think it's a good analogy because, it was really good fundamental science and engineering that made it possible to go to the moon. And it's the same thing. It's going to be good fundamental research and clinical trials and bringing this research to people that's going to make a difference in cancer as well.
What are you going to do if it's all cured? You're going to be out of business. You're going to have to find something else to cure.
Doesn't that sound like a wonderful thing to have happen?
That
There would
does,
be nothing that would make me happier to retire because I had nothing left to do.
Do you know what I would do if I were you? I would order a pizza and go sit in the back of one of those driverless cars and just eat the pizza.
Yeah, so I might do the driverless car, but I have to think about the pizza because, you should be watching your calories and your body weight.
That's what I forgot I'm talking to a doctor.
When this report was being compiled, were people spoken to and surveyed and results found from people of every age, from babies to, the geriatric age?
Absolutely. You point out that cancer does not discriminate, unfortunately. It affects everybody from newborns to the oldest of people. It is the single most feared problem for health in this country. There was a recent poll that was done where people were asked what they worried about most with health, and cancer was at the top of the list. In this report that we published, there are stories from 10 different people who've been affected by cancer. And this report is aacr.org/Cancer Progress Report. That's all one word, aacr.org/Cancer Progress Report. And I bring it up because it has 10 wonderful stories of everyday people like you and me who found themselves confronting the problem of cancer and how it is that cancer research had an impact on their well-being.
Wow.
It's an exciting way of looking at what's going on and looking at it in individual lives.
Thank you for sharing this information with us, Doctor. And for everybody else, you can the report is accessible on that website also?
Absolutely. The report is accessible at aacr.org/Cancer Progress Report. Free download.
I just wanted to be sure. Okay. Doctor, thank you for being on the air. Thank you. The bigger thank you is for what you're doing. I think that day, I know you're not going to want the pizza, but that day we celebrate is going to be because of the work you and your colleagues have done. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for helping us to get the word out. We really appreciate it.
That's all we can do, actually, is get the word out. Thank you for thanking us. So, Dr. Davidson, thank you. We'll be right back. This is The Source, WOCA.
Lots and lots and lots of great warm weather growing ahead. That means it's super fall savings time at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Bob Wines has gone bulb crazy with a huge selection of Florida tubers like caladiums, Amazon lily, rain lily, blood lily, and elephant ear for as little as $1 each. Yes, just $1 for some of your favorite bulbs while they last at Bob Wines. Famous name azaleas, including Encores, you can buy 6 for only $29.99. BOGO on sun patients. Buy one, get one free. And listen to this. Crepe myrtles, every crepe myrtle in stock, 75% off. Bob's famous pine straw mulch. It won't float away, won't blow away, as little as $4.50 a bale when you buy 10. Bob Wines on Southeast 38th Street, Ocala, away from all the traffic. Daily till 4, Saturdays till 2. See you there.
That was the sound of a tree falling. It could be your tree. You're going to have it trimmed, but never got around to calling Pride Tree Service. It could have fallen in a field, and now all you have to do is call Pride Tree Service, and they'll have it quickly out of the way for a great price. But don't wait until the tree falls. It may not fall in the field. It may hit your car, your house, or worse. So call Pride Tree Service today and avoid all those headaches before they happen. Pride Tree Service, 572-2510. That's 572-2510.
Veterans are the foundation upon which our freedom is built. Listen to The Source, WOCA, each Thursday at 9 a.m. to Veterans News with Hank Whittier from Vets Helping Vets. You'll hear tributes, information on veterans issues, and stories that will make you laugh, cry, and feel proud. Veterans News always focuses on the military, past and present, and on our first responders. Veterans News is brought to you each week by Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery, keeping you blooming since 1952.
Are you a list maker? Got your day planner laid out to structure your day? Well, here's something to add to your list. Make time for something really important. Visit Highland Memorial Park, because how you prepare for that moment is so important. Why Highland? Sure, it's a beautiful place, but aside from the beauty and the quiet reflection, practical people will appreciate the many options. Take a tour and make some serious plans. The Highland staff will confidentially show you all options and payment plans. Call today, 369-1020. Highland Memorial Park. Peace and reflection for your family.
All right, 12 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Friday morning. It's Friday. It just feels good. It's Friday, right? Any big weekend plans? Let's see. The thing we're going to, the Cattle Barons Ball, is tomorrow. Is it still too late? Is it too late to get tickets to that? Or
No.
is that, no?
No, it's okay.
So that, isn't that a cancer fighting fundraising thing? That's a cancer. Okay.
Yep, that is.
Well,
That's
good.
a cancer thing.
So we're going to go. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Do I have to wear my cowboy boots?
If you want to,
I have to
it's
go
all up to you.
Buy some.
It's optional.
Do I have to buy my cowboy? I wear my cowboy hat. I have to
It's
go
up
buy
to
one.
you.
Do you have a cowboy hat?
Yes, I do.
Are you going to wear your cowboy
You
hat?
bought one for me.
Are you going to wear it?
Yes, I am. I'm going to wear my
tomorrow.
cowboy hat with my sparklies.
Give Cancer the Boot to support the American Cancer Society, the 14th annual Mid-Central Cattle Barons Ball. Mm-hmm. Mid-Central Florida Cattle Barons Ball, sorry.
Yep.
Shine your boots. Grab your Stetsons. I won't be doing any of that. I'll just be going. All right. Oh, so some of the sweet ladies we met here will be there. Okay.
Yeah, they were on
that's
the air
right.
promoting it.
Now I'm remembering it. Okay.
Yeah. Sue Shields, and boy, Sue is marvelous.
So,
she steps up to the plate all the time for
if
community.
you want to go, let me see if there's a phone number you need to call. Somewhere on here there must be. Yes, 350-2273, extension 5708. Mm-hmm. Okay? 350-2273, extension 5708.
Yep, be a lot of fun.
All right, let's dive into the news. Anything local I could bring up? The Ocala Police Department has released a video that shows a gunfight in July. Apparently the guys have already been arrested, one already bonded out.
Jeez.
Nobody died, thank goodness. But
Yes,
people are just so insane.
they really are.
Just pulling out a gun in the street and shooting somebody and then shooting back. What? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, right. That's just so
You
ridiculous.
can't. You know what we need to? I don't know. I don't know what we need to do. Anytime anybody says, you know what we need to do, it's just in the wind. What your words just go into the wind. I wish we could figure out a way to show people that. You can talk. You can argue and talk without raising fists, without raising weapons, and
Yeah. Well,
And you can debate without arguing.
yeah.
The one thing I think we have tried to do here, we don't always succeed at this, by the way, and I guess that's because we're humans, but we try to debate without arguing.
Yeah.
This is a debate Monday, by the way, with the two candidates.
Yep. But no, you turn on, any of the political news shows on the radio or on television, and then you could just tell that they're going to start raising their voices any minute and talk over each other and not listen. It's like they all want to be the star and
I know.
don't want to hear. It's a shame.
Angry radio hosts pounding their fists on the table.
And TV too. I mean, you
I
see
know.
that.
They do it on TV.
Yeah, I know. It's just, and nothing gets solved that way by trying to be the loudest yeller.
The city of Charlotte will remain on alert today after Mayor Jennifer Roberts imposed a citywide midnight curfew in response to the violent protests over the fatal police-involved shooting. Earlier this week, Governor Pat McCrory declared a state of emergency after the protest Wednesday, in which one protester was killed. Two police officers were injured. 9 civilians were also injured. Apparently, the civilian that was killed by another protester.
Oh, gee.
Ay, ay, ay.
Gosh.
If you can't stand the suspense waiting for the outcome of the election, or you're just sick of the whole thing, you can get relief starting today in 4 states. That's when early voting becomes available. Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Early voting becomes available in Minnesota, Vermont, Virginia, and South Dakota today. Wow.
How can anybody vote now when they still haven't heard everything the candidates have to say, both locally and, nationally?
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Well, no, I think you have. I mean, you've heard everything they're going to say.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I mean, gosh, it's been more than a year they've been doing this.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. Gosh.
Cheers erupted as power was slowly restored to Puerto Rico overnight after a massive outage left most of the island's 3.5 million people without electricity. The entire power system is expected to normalize by today. The outage occurred after an electrical plant fire on Wednesday and the failure of 2 transmission lines.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
That's a lot.
Yeah, huge. Huge.
Businesses, universities, government offices all closed early Wednesday, which led to chaos on the streets that left one police officer in the hospital after being struck by a car.
Oh, my God.
Airports, police stations, and water plants will receive first priority once power is restored.
Oh, my God. I bet there were looters, too. People take that opportunity to steal stuff. Wow.
With over 1 million rooms and more than 30 brands, Marriott International became the largest hotel company in the world early this morning after it completed its merger with Starwood Hotels and Resorts Worldwide. Marriott cleared its final hurdle Tuesday after receiving approval from the Chinese Ministry of Commerce.
Oh.
The final regulatory consent needed. The Chinese Ministry of Commerce.
That's
and
interesting.
expects to close the $12.2 billion deal before markets open today.
Wow.
The deal was first announced in November of last year, but competing offers and regulatory clearance slowed the progress. Starting today, members of the Marriott Rewards and Starwood Preferred Guest Loyalty programs will be able to link their accounts.
There you go.
It's the rich helping the rich live like rich people.
That's right. That's right.
Does Motel 6 have this kind of a deal?
We got to ask Mr. Bodette.
I'm Tom Bodette.
Oh, my gosh. Chinese.
Construction is coming along at Universal's Volcano Bay. This is the waterslide park that's going to open next year. There will be 18 attractions. This is the part of this story that I like. The volcano will feature 3 different body slides and surprise doors that drop out underneath you.
Oh, wow. Oh, now that sounds exciting.
That sounds scary.
That sounds exciting. You're tooling along. All of a sudden, zing, there you go.
Today is National, I didn't tell you what day is it. It is National Snack Stick Day.
Oh, okay.
It's National Great American Pot Pie Day.
Oh, okay.
It's National Celebrate Bisexuality Day.
Okay.
No, thank you. Not me.
Nope.
I am not participating in that one.
No,
I'm
me
sorry.
neither.
Just not
I'm
going to
sorry.
do it. I'm just not going to do it.
We got to have a hetero day.
Yeah. It's National Restless Legs Awareness Day.
Ooh, now that's a good one.
Why is that a good one?
Because that restless leg syndrome, people can go and get help and not feel embarrassed by admitting they have that.
Have you ever seen somebody with a restless leg? What
No.
does it actually look like?
No, I don't know, but we've spoken to people about it. I haven't really seen
It's
anybody.
National Energize Day. You know what Energize is?
No.
I don't either.
No.
It's the day after the autumn equinox, which was yesterday. And my favorite day, it's National Checkers Dogs in Politics Day.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Checkers dogs.
Checkers
in
was
politics.
President Nixon's dog. Well, he was vice president at the time. Do you remember that?
Oh, yes, I do. Gosh.
So Richard Nixon gave a speech that was called the Checkers speech, accused of improprieties related to a fund established by his backers to reimburse him for his political expenses. Nixon needed to defend himself. His place on the Republican ticket was in jeopardy. He flew to L.A., delivered a half-hour TV address. In his speech, he stated that regardless of what anyone said, he intended to keep one gift, a black and white dog named Checkers.
Oh, so that's how he got it.
So it's
That's how he
National
got
Checkers and Politics Day. I mean, Dogs and Politics Day.
I love that. I
Good
think that's great.
morning. You're on the air.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Hugh.
Hey, that voting early thing, boy, that really, I just don't understand that. Let's say you go Democratic and Hillary becomes so ill that they replace her with somebody that you really hate and you want to change your vote. Would you be able to change it, or you
That's a wonderful point. Yeah, I know. It is a little bit too early, I think.
Not only that, they haven't really debated on TV yet. There's three or four debates coming up. I mean, at least wait through those.
Exactly.
Yeah, right, yeah. At least wait for them. But that's not what they're doing, so.
Wow.
Crazy.
All right, thank you.
What states were there that you could vote early on?
All right, hold on. Let me get it out again.
Minnesota, I think, was one, if I recall.
Minnesota, Vermont, Virginia, and South Dakota.
Wow, that's something. What would be the reason for voting so early?
Exactly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what the reason is.
The whole thing is so crazy,
Yeah. Well, don't lose any sleep over it.
Okay, thank you.
No, I like our early voting time, but gosh, a whole 2 months in advance. Gosh.
A Swede who wrote a trilogy about collecting bugs, an Egyptian doctor who put pants on a rat to study its sex life, and a British researcher who lived like an animal
Yes.
have all been named winners of the IG Nobels, the annual spoof prizes for quirky scientific achievement.
Oh my gosh.
The winners were honored yesterday in a ceremony at Harvard University.
Of course. That is too funny.
The one that's getting the most attention is the guy who put the pants on a rat to learn about the sex life. It turns out that when rats had pants on, they didn't change their sexual behavior at all. He was trying to prove that pants inhibit us sexually. Well, yes, of course they do. Oh, the phone's ringing. Good morning. You're on the air. Got 45 seconds.
Hey, Larry, it's me, Tom.
Hey,
Happy
Tom.
Friday.
Hey.
Happy whatever national whatever day it is today.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I have come to the conclusion that these three debates that are coming up, it's going to be like watching two one-legged people in a butt-kicking contest. And that's as far as it's going to go.
Thank you, Tom.
Have a great day.
All right, we will be right back. This is WOCA.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM.